film music is no longer what it used to be. It has evolved into a language of its own, a fusion of technology, emotion, and time. In this era, sound is not merely an accompaniment. It is the architect of our experience, reshaping the very essence of narrative. The tools of the past have given way to virtual instruments, offering an infinite canvas upon which new soundscapes are born. This convergence is not just technical, it's a philosophical shift. The composer becomes both creator and curator, orchestrating a narrative that is as much about the moment as it is about the passage of time.
I think it's safe to say that any serious director wants more than a piece of music that just works. They're really more interested in a score that will elevate the film a few levels above where it currently is, like taking it further than the director could ever imagine, especially directors that appreciate that element of surprise, if you know what I mean. It is a bit scary, but when you have the right composer, it can be pretty exciting.
Composers are architects of sound, each forging their own path to capture moments of inspiration. Some harness the raw power of their instruments to channel emotion, while others venture deep into the labyrinth of the human psyche, seeking elusive truths hidden in the shadows of our collective experience. Consider the case of Zethu Mashika, a South African film composer who defies convention. Self-taught and unburdened by formal training, he wields an innate mastery of his craft, creating soundscapes that challenge and redefine the boundaries of the art form. Zethu shatters the notion that film scoring is mere background music. Every line of instrumentation is meticulously crafted, echoing unseen narratives and invoking emotions that defy words.
When I send my first cut or my footage to Zethu, what I know is that Zethu is listening to it with a very unique ear and looking at the footage with a very unique perspective. And then what is the most powerful is that he's able to take that perspective and transpose that into his music. The boldness of his choices and his melodies and his compositions are always so strong that I'm always astounded when I hear the music for the first time, going, I could never have thought that to be right, but that is absolutely perfect.
He was able to be relatable, you know, all these different references that you're able to relate to him, and he's able to give you some substance back. He's so well versed in so many fields that it becomes easy to describe things.
Rooted in South Africa, Zethu harnesses an unconventional voice that infuses each narrative with a bold, fresh perspective.
One of the things that I really admire about working with Zethu is that he completely immerses himself in the world, in the characters, in their intentions, in the journey of each character. And I think what I love so much about working with him the most is how he was able to capture the sound of the world in a way that felt so right, but in a way that I wouldn't have been able to articulate or imagine myself. And that's what makes him just so brilliant, you know, and he's like a magician. because it's almost like he read my mind or read the desires of my heart and was able to translate it to music.
Finding the emotional core of a scene. There might be all these layers happening, like you've got the surface dialogue, what's not being said, the whole history between characters. And somehow his music reaches right in and it amplifies exactly what you want the audience to feel. But it's never heavy-handed. It's more like he's taking those emotions and he turns them into something beautiful that wraps around the whole scene. I remember when I first got the first piece of music he did for the show based on an outline and a script. When I first listened to it, I got goosebumps. That's what his music does. It takes those delicate emotional moments and somehow makes them soar. But in this really elegant, cinematic, sophisticated way, it just gives it big scope. You know what I mean? He just gets it.